All right, so the YouTube comment said, this is the plastic case it came with. You should be able to slide the top 2 cards off easily without bringing any other cards with it. That's true. So you can get rid of your jokers. Good. You do that once, and what you do? You throw those away, right? Or do you put them back on top of your deck every time you play? I don't know. So, all right, yeah, so the manufacturing of the case is pretty good. These are the Marion Pro Poker 100% plastic playing cards, not the paper variety, but the actual plastic ones. $7 a deck. Check the description for where to buy it. Now, I have a couple of concerns. The first being, why did they put the word pro in here? What are they hiding? That's my first thought when you see something like that. Professional. Doesn't that mean it's not professional? I don't know. It's like when somebody runs around. I'm not crazy. Cuckoo. First word that goes through my mind. Anyway, the cards are actually kind of a surprise. We'll talk about that here in a minute. First, we're going to deal a hand. I've shuffled these substantially, but I'm going to do a little quick shuffle here. Should I deal myself a hand? Beat the YouTube presenter. Can you do it? All right. We're going to see a flop. Grab your deck at home. Be sure you shuffle it. And take 2 cards. We're doing No Limit Hold'em. Somebody's probably playing PLO to this just because they can. All right. That's kind of interesting. I think I'm still raising here. And I think I'm still raising that, maybe. Depends what the action is. Either way, I have a whopping nada. I almost had something. Just a drawer. Just drawing. Moneymaker. All right. So, what do I think of the Marion Pro? Well, another concern I had before we jump into this, there's another deck that looks very similar called the Royal. These are bridge-sized cards, bought them on Amazon. And look at this. I wonder why I thought these were going to be so similar. 100% plastic playing cards. Look at this trademark logo on the back. These are $2 a deck, $7 a deck. Can you see the concern? Now, when you bust out the Royal cards, you realize real quick, yeah, they're not comparable. The Royal cards, you look, have the same jokers and everything. Can you see that? Either way, and the international contract bridge score. So these are glossy and very thin, whereas these have a matte finish and are thicker. Okay, you can see with these 2 stacks next to each other, you know, obviously this one is much thicker. So the Marion Pro are thicker. They have a matte finish. They feel better, in my opinion. But they don't have the sweet little remove your cards hole. All right, there we go. So these are much more, and I did actually a flexibility test. These are much more like the Modiano as far as flexibility goes. The Copac are a little bit, I have the cake covered for this in case you want to identify the cards. The Copac are a little more flexible, but again, a very similar texture, very similar feel. These 3 are all very comparable. So if you're looking for something different, you just want something slightly different for your game, you might want to try these Marion Pro. My first impressions are I'm actually very pleased with them. The other nice thing about them is talking about, so see the trademark ace right here, the same as the Royal. I'm not sure if you saw that. Either way, this K right here, you also see it on the Royal. That stands for the Taiwanese company that makes these. It's like I don't speak Mandarin Chinese, in case you couldn't tell. So whatever it is, it's just the Taiwanese company that makes these, and they're made by the same company. Obviously, very different decks. The spades I like. People complain, was it 2016 World Series of Poker? People were complaining about the Modiano spades. Well, it looks like a club if you look at it quick, and I was just looking at it too quick. I'm a pro, but I need to look at them quick. So there's no problem with confusion. Nice and sharp, pointy. The hearts are pointy down here at the base, if that's important to you. Diamonds, clear, super clear, what they are. I like this deck. You know it's a good deck if nothing jumps out at you as like, oh my gosh, what is that? So on the same note, I do like some variety in life. Marion Pro Poker, you really should check them out. As far as my favorite cards right now, I really like the Chem. Let's see if I can grab a deck here. I really am happy with the Chem deck. The Chem bridge size, not bridge size, sorry, that's my dad. I misspoke there. Wow, he's never gonna let me live that one down. The Chem poker sized plastic cards. These are absolutely lovely. Get some arrows here. Super, just my absolute favorite. Chem are my favorite. The second one I really like are the J Design cards. I love these. They are different. They have some unique, design here, which I really like. Easy to read. It's just, I like the design cards. The J Design, so you can go check those out as well. And the third is kind of like a third tier. The Marion Pro fits nicely in there. It's the Modiano, the Jamaica, which are discontinued, so I'm not really going to show those on camera, or at least they announced they're going to be discontinued. The Jamaica, the Modiano, the Copag, and the Marion Pro. The Copag kind of have a smell, so they might be at the bottom of that third section right there. But whatever. So as far as shuffling goes, you'd expect any plastic cards to weave very well. And these do the trick. I mean, no problem weaving these. Do that all day. There might be two stuck together right here. No, got them sorted. All right. So yeah, the cards are just great plastic cards. They don't feel too slick. If you're used to paper, these might be a good bet. I'd probably recommend these as a great starting deck. You can get just one deck. You don't have to drop $30 for two Chem decks, $15 a piece in a lovely box. So totally check these out. First impressions so far are very, very positive. Very happy with what I'm seeing here with the Marion Pro. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we can always use your support. Most of the stuff that comes out of this channel is still currently paid for by myself, but a lot of it, I have to give a lot of credit to the patrons that make all this possible. I really make these videos for you. If I didn't have an audience, I wouldn't make these videos. So thank you for all my patrons that subscribe and help out financially. If you would like to help out, there's lots of unique original content on the Patreon side that you can watch as well. So follow the links in the description below for Patreon, Instagram. My name is John Hobby.